Today we will be performing a power steering flush and power steering cooler replacement on a GMC Envoy. We will also be answering the questions: can you use automatic transmission fluid for power steering? And what is the difference between cold climate and regular steering fluid? For this service you will need the following: Acdelco power steering cooler, 2 quarts Acdelco cold climate steering fluid, 1 or 2 quarts of cheap power steering fluid, a socket wrench, 10mm socket, Flathead and Phillips screwdriver, turkey baster, channel locks,
Turkey bastard. Like you're basting a turkey.
turkey baster, channel locks, pliers, needle nose pliers, funnel, drain pan, jack and jack stand. First, you will need to remove the front bumper to access the power steering cooler. Use a flathead screwdriver to pry the side bumper connectors between the body and the wheel well of the car. Repeat on the opposite side. Remove the 4 plastic tabs with a flathead or needle nose pliers if necessary. Remove the front license plate bracket.
That's terrible.
Pop the hood and pop the 6 plastic tabs from the front of the grille with a flathead screwdriver. If your vehicle has headlight washers, leave the washer fluid hose connected. Remove the two 10mm bolts that connect the bumper to the frame. Remove the center plastic tab from the center of the bumper. Remove the plastic tabs on the bottom of the bumper on both sides. Remove the turn signal and fog light wiring harness from their enclosures.
Not like turn signal. Sorry.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, I don't think you did either, but it's fine.
Remove the turn signal and fog light wiring harness from their enclosures. Place a bucket underneath the front driver's side of the power steering cooler, directly beneath the steering cooler, and return the send lines. Press the hose clamps and slide them back on both the send and the return hoses. Remove both 10mm bolts on the sides of the power steering cooler. There you go. Wow. Remove the power steering cooler. Here is a comparison of power steering cooler with 230,000 miles and 14 years in the Midwest versus a brand new cooler. Install the new power steering cooler and install both 10mm bolts on the sides of the power steering cooler. Reattach the send line. Jack up the front of the car so both the front wheels are not touching the ground. Here is a comparison of 10-year-old transmission fluid that was incorrectly used as power steering fluid versus brand new power steering fluid. So is that your fault you did that incorrectly?
Oh, did I say fluid twice?
No. Yeah, fucking fuck off, B. Turn the car to accessory mode. Do not start the car. And turn the steering wheel lock to lock, which is all the way from left to right 6 times. Detach the send hose and let it drain. Fill with either cheap GM-approved power steering fluid or your preferred power steering fluid. This fluid will be flushed out anyways, so don't use expensive fluid. Refill with more power steering fluid. Reattach the send hose and repeat it until new fluid is draining out. Turn off the car and use a turkey baster to remove fluid from the reservoir. Refill with fresh fluid and repeat until fluid in the reservoir remains clear. Reattach the send hose and repeat until new fluid is draining out. Depending on how old and dirty your fluid is, you may use more than 2 quarts just flushing the dirty fluid out. This vehicle takes roughly 1 quart of power steering fluid. Fill the reservoir with fluid until it reaches the full mark on the dipstick.
Sounds idiotic, but a vacant parking lot.
Can you use automatic transmission fluid for power steering? No. Older cars pre-1990s commonly used automatic transmission fluid for power steering, but this can damage seals on new cars made post-2000s. Only use the recommended fluid listed in your owner's manual.
Put automatic transmission fluid in mine. You can tell because it's red. That's the color automatic transmission fluid.
Drive the car around for 1 week. Take it to an open parking lot and do donuts. This will break free any gunk that remained on the lines. Turn off the car and use turkey baster to remove fluid from the reservoir. Refill with fresh fluid and repeat until fluid in reservoir remains clear. What is the difference between cold climate and regular steering fluid? Cold climate is simply thicker viscosity fluid than regular power steering fluid and is commonly used to get rid of power steering pump wine in many vehicles. The parts and prices are listed below. Warren Review saved a total of $477 on this repair. Thanks for watching.
Oh, God. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I think I'm gonna puke. Oh.